Radio Jambo. Karibu sana kwenye kipindi kama ndio nasha radio sasa hivi. Nasema asante sana. Sugar Cane inakuja kwako na very short while. Nasema asante sana. Imetimu sasa saa 5:06. Kama nilivyosema hapo awali nitakuwa naye mgeni wangu siku leo. A household name, I tell you. Jina kubwa. Yaani nafurahi. Nimemtafuta jamani karibia. Nimekutafuta kwa muda gani lakini ila tu kwamba
dakika chache tu.
Amna.
Muda mchache tu.
Willis, you're a very playful person by the way, by nature.
Naam.
Mambo?
Niko salama wa salmin buheri wa afya, sina neno nina meno.
Safari moja. Siko kazini. Ukaniita tukawa tunafanya kazi pamoja.
Naam.
Unakumbuka tukiwa na wafueneke?
Sasa wafueneke ni mwingine noise maker.
I know.
Yes, but
so, you know radio people are loud people.
Yes.
Atujui vile watu huongea kwa TV. Wana time. Ikabidi kazi ishe. Juu ya kelele.
No, let me tell you. Alafu ufena kucheka hivi.
I know.
But it was good. It was a good balance.
Nafurahi sana to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
Kwanza hongera zaidi sana. Unasikiaje sasa hivi wewe ni baba na mtoto wa pili ako njiani?
It's the most amazing feeling ever. I think at any time nikiwa mambo hendi vizuri sana, I just think about that particular day.
Yeah.
When he was wheeled out pale kwenye nini alikuwa analia kidogo, nikasema hey buddy, hapo kaanza kufanya macho hivi akanyamaza. I was like, whoo, that's it.
Na mnafanana kabisa. Shilingi kwa pili.
Please say it louder again for the mother to hear. Tafadhali.
Amini
kabisa. But yes, I'm so happy. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a change. It inakufanya usikie yani sasa zingine namwangalia hivi nasema yani huyu jamaa kwa na DNA yangu, ni wangu, and then now one day he'll come from where he is now hadi akue sasa bazu.
Yeah.
So it's just the fact that you've been entrusted with raising somebody else who will, some of his experiences later on itakuwa affected by vile unamraise na nipatia so much.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kwa social media you've not shied away kwa kumbuka mtoto wako kwanza ambaye aliaga dunia. What happened by the way? I'm so sorry about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was we actually,
Ilikuaje?
to be honest, we don't know what happened up to today because everything was okay until tuende kwa hospitali. Ameanza kupata labor pains.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital is when I left actually kuenda sasa ku sign up. Ile we ready amefika hospitali dilate, everything is okay. Then when I come back wanasema there is no heartbeat. So like, what do you mean? We just literally felt the heartbeat a while ago.
Yeah.
So then from there it was just a downward spiral. Yeah, but it's something I still remember. Of course, I have a tattoo.
Yeah.
Over and above that, the greatest tattoo I think is still in the heart.
Yeah.
I remember, and it's weird that years later, still hata kama uko na children now, hopefully inshallah by sometime this month, then you still think about it and it still comes and more so for men because
nilikuwa nakuja hapo.
Yes, yeah.
Manake mara nyingi wanawake tunakuwa na very good support system.
Yes.
Sasa sijui wewe kama mwanamume what was your support system like?
My support system now, so what happened with the loss of my daughter Adana is that I realized the importance of that support system. And the importance of people who, and by the way these people will not be, there won't be many people. You'll probably have watu kama wawili watatu, and sometimes even one, who will really allow you to go through the process of grieving. So much so ile time yenye umenyamaza utaki tu kuongea. If you know you're also on a downward spiral, all you want to do is drink. You need somebody who will let you but also pull you back. And say, hey, okay, let's try to start moving forward.
Yeah.
So
at the time, were you hitting the bottle too much?
At the time, in the initial stages.
Yeah,
in the initial stages, I remember because I didn't know what to do. There's just an empty void in your heart. You don't know. Because my response is to go for drives nikiwa niko na shida.
Yeah.
So for Mimi, you don't know, do you stay, do you go? and even as you go, you're driving but your eyes are not really on the road. Like there are times I would be driving nimeingia kwa bypass ninaenda, and that's why I used to go to the bypass, because sasa kuna oncoming. Because if I'm just normal oncoming traffic, my mind mtu anaanza kunihutia. I'm like, oh, guy, I was on the road. So I had friends who were helping me go through it, and I went for therapy as well. I used to go, it started twice a week, then once a week, but it was extremely tough and painful. It was something that I don't think I'll ever forget, really. It was really like
what I say.
Yes, I remember even when because unfortunately or fortunately, the world keeps moving. So sasa unataka kurudi kazini pale, but I remember I would go to work, especially for now my show 10/10, where you need energy.
My God. So energy, creativity,
exactly.
Your presence. Yeah.
So I would literally, it became like an acting gig.
Yeah.
Let's do the show. Then sometimes cry all the way home, or get home and cry at the parking, or even before going on the show.
Na kipindi hicho bado ulikuwa kuna then your ex-wife. Mulikuwa pamoja?
Yes, in the beginning.
Okay,
yes, in the beginning. From in the beginning we were still together.
Willis, wewe ni kielelezo na watu wengi najua lazima wajiulize maswali. Maana pia ilikuwa harusi yako ilikuwa hadharani, umeelewa baada ya kutengana pia ikawekwa katika vyombo vya social media, ila tu kwamba kuna vitu vingine vikuweza kuwekwa wazi, na leo nauliza ilikuaje?
Well, unfortunately it happened. Nobody ever.
Jaribu Kiswahili kidogo.
Oh, najaribu sawa. Basi lugha. Okay, sorry. So unfortunately hakuna mwenye anaingia kwenye ndoa akitaka kutoka.
Siku zote.
So unfortunately let me just say, because again hayuko hapa hivi kujitetea ama so sitamwonjoa katika, let me also quote the Bible. Katika Proverbs 18:13 inasema kwamba the one who states the case first seems right until the other one comes to state the case. So I'm just happy that even though at some point we lost ourselves, both of us, and I always say Mimi, I'll always respect her because she's the mother of my daughter. So that's why even during the whole period of time I wasn't, all the information iliwekwa hadharani kwenye mtandao, but haikutoka kwangu. It was speculation, people went their own way, but most of these things were adjudicated in court na zikaisha na tukawachana vizuri, and because of that respect, unless she wants to tell the story, mimi niko sawa.
Okay. So kitu ambacho ungependa kusema hadharani?
Anything I would like to say, I just that it was, vile nimesema again, nobody wants to be that person.
Was it painful for you? Was the divorce painful?
Extremely painful. It was extremely painful. It's not something I would wish on anybody.
Yeah.
Because again, at the time it was now divorce, so you've lost your daughter, then you realize that, oh my God, I'm also now losing my wife. So it was extremely painful, and even instituting, you never want to be the one to institute the proceedings, but
who served who?
When it's gotten to that point, I decided, let me just go ahead and do it.
Okay. Well, you served or you?
No, I'm the one who started. I initiated the process.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I just felt like this is it. Unfortunately, it's a realization you have to come to. And again, all respect to her. Yeah.
Okay. We respect that as well. Ndio nasha radio sasa hivi niko naye Willis Raburu, amengangana na kizungu hapa by the way.
Nimengangana sana manake kwamba Kiswahili. Do you know today niliambiwa kwanza naongea 3. I never knew that wenyewe unaongea 3 languages, because I thought ni mbili tu. Growing up my dad insisted tuongee English and Kijaluo.
Yeah.
So hii Kiswahili ni kwa neema ya Mungu na the teachers. Walimu.
I know.
Oswayo tech.
Umejaribu sana. Hai. Dread ziko wapi by the way?
The dreadlock things ziko nyumbani.
Okay, unauza pesa ngapi?
Niliambiwa ni 45,000.
Really?
Yes.
Dreads?
Yes.
Why you're too expensive?
No.
Kwani ulikuwa nazo for how long?
I was with them for 2 years. Now imagine Koko Sobomoto, mtu wa 11 years. He's a walking bank.
I know, right?
But you see the locks, Manake niligundua kwamba hii mambo dreadlocks ni mambo ya ukoloni. Ukoloni ndio walikuwa wanahofia wenye locks wanaweza zua rapture. So they were like, oh, we dread them. So let's call them dreadlocks. But really ni locks.
Okay, wait. Kila mtu semaga ukibadilisha nywele yako hususan mwanamke ina maana kwamba anataka kwanza maisha mapya, vitu vipya. In this case wewe ilikuwa ni nini?
Unfortunately it's not that deep for me. Mimi
hii interview itaenda hivyo.
Mimi what happened nilikuwa pale niko newsroom pale. So nilipo wacha kufanya news, I told myself, wait a minute, I've always wanted locks. So literally nilipigia my now fiance na nikamwambia cheki naenda kuweka locks. Akasema okay cool. And I asked the loctician nikamwambia na this hii nywele yangu can it get locked? Akasema yes it can. Initially we'll put other people's locks, yani nywele mtu mwingine, but then it grows into and now becomes sasa yako sasa. So and even kuzitoa I just sat and thought, you know what, it's been 2 years. Actually I didn't get to 2 years, it would have been 2 years in October. But nikafika nikasema okay. Sawa.
You guys were not taking you seriously?
No guys, I mean I think
kwanza kwa TV there.
I think first of all nashukuru sana watu wa job na waza mention. Anyway. Nashukuru sana manake hawakunifuta kazi bwana. Kulikuwa na pressure, just social media bwana kuna pressure. So I mean that was the fear. Watu walikuwa wanasema kama watu watakuchukua seriously, utaacha kupata magig, utaacha kupata ma sponsor, utaacha kupendwa, hata bibi atakutoroka. Manake sasa hizi ni nini? But I'm like some of the very brilliant minds wako na hizi vitu. There's a lot of tuseme hypocrisy nini kwa Kiswahili.
Utasemaje? Si kujidai ni kitu tofauti.
Ni kujidai.
Well,
there's a lot of hypocrisy manake how come Nyashinsky, nameless, Bobby Mkangi who helped write the constitution ako tu sawa, lakini Willis akiweka he shouldn't. Why?
Kwa sababu nafikiri ulikuwa umefundisha watu sura tofauti. Watu wapendi change, by the way.
Exactly. And that's why I kept them on for that long. Initially I wasn't going to stay with them for long, but I had to do it because I felt like lazima tuonyesha watu kwamba first of all you can do something kwa sababu wewe mwenyewe unataka. Si lazima kuwa umeona ama it's just something you want to do. Number 2, si ati tukienda kwenye social media pale tuweke picha watu wasema Willis I don't like that dress. Sasa sitaiva. I don't like that coat. Sasa yani hao watu as much as you appreciate them, but there is a over importance that they place on themselves that watasema hii nywele yako ni mbaya, in fact remove them. This is devil worship. But really it doesn't, you have to be your own person. Okay. So kutoa kuweka zote was just a decision I made.
Nothing deep.
Hakukuwa na deep, and people thought again because it was during that time people were like pray for Willis. Manake sasa anapitia divorce tena ndo hii sasa hivi the loss of his daughter, so people were like pray for Willis. Everybody, even family, it was a bit of a struggle to explain because they were also concerned, lakini nikamwambia no, people, is not, I've always wanted to. But
it seems like you really bounced back really fast baada ya talaka yako. Ilikuaje?
Hakuna muda. You could because by the time unapata talaka, for most men I believe, by the time, let's say the talaka ifanyika kama you finally sign the papers or you submit the papers in April, but in reality wewe mwenyewe ulikuwa ushatoka in November. So for you have a 4-month head start. You are not there, but as a man you're still in there trying to make things work because that's just who you are and you owe it to the other person to try. But I think hakuna a specific time whereby somebody can say okay, now I'm over this person. Sometimes, just like they say, do things afraid, it doesn't mean that yes, there's an importance of kujitenga and taking time to work on yourself, and I'm still doing therapy up to today. There is that space and time, but also don't get stuck in the rut and don't lose hope because it didn't work out, or even fear that sasa since he haikufanya kazi vizuri, then this other one also will be the same.
Does it affect your current partner considering mko pamoja na mshaanza familia, wewe kwenda easy therapy? She probably worried maybe you are still hanging on.
No. The therapy is not necessarily for that. Therapy is a wholesome process. The issue may come up because there are still triggers, etc. But it doesn't, because first of all, I have a very, let me use the word, conscious partner. Manake yeye mwenye anaelewa umuhimu wa kwenda therapy. Yeye mwenye she had a period in her life, not to tell her story, but she had a period in life where she had to really look within for herself, and so she understands importance ya kwenda therapy. That's one. Two, and this is for anybody who'll ever, if you're going out with dating, set to marry a divorcee, you have to be especially if it's vile unasema you bounce back ni haraka, quote unquote, is you have to know that your partner might have dealt with the situation, but triggers will exist. Trauma, PTSD is a thing. It's not just for war. It's even the emotional damage and baggage in unabeba ukienda kwa the next relationship. So ye mwenye, she's very understanding. Ye hata mwenye alisuggest, you might wanna go to therapy for that.
Kwa kweli kila mtu anakuwa na makosa yake. Kipindi hiki nikikuwa kidogo personal, unaona kwa upande wako nini kilichangia kwa ndoa yako kuvunjika?
Kuna very different things, and I think at some point nilijisahau mimi mwenyewe. So much so that I was present, yes, but I wasn't, how do I say, the Willis nilikuwa nafaa kuwa, in terms of there was a loss of identity somewhere in there. So much so you there's this analogy, pole nitaongea kwa Kiingereza, but kuna hii analogy my brother likes using, that sand can take anything. Ukiweka pale goalpost za chuma tu, ukiweka hivi unataka kucheza mpira, sand itachukua. Ukiweka pale wood, sand itachukua. So the moral of the story is don't be sand. Don't take anything and morph and lose yourself. So I think when I lost myself, and then I lost touch, and to some extent that led to many other issues.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Willis Raburu, mtangazaji wa runinga?
Naam, wa runinga.
Ulitoka radio?
Radio nilifanya kutoka, manake I went back to school for my masters.
Okay.
So now it was going to be a little bit too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Which is your first love, radios or TV?
From time I was a baby, runinga ndio mpenzi wa roho, yani kipendacho roho ni runinga.
We will is like
I used to tell my mom all the time, but then Mimi, I'll be on TV.
Really?
I used to read gazeti, nachukua gazeti masema kabo, please, this is now Willis Raburu, I'll be on TV, mama.
Wow.
And I'm thankful akuniambia mama, wachana na hiyo kitu bwana, people are lawyers, doctor, pilot.
Your dad.
TV, no, I'm saying I'm so happy akufanya hivyo. But my dad didn't want me to be on TV. Yeah, my dad alikuwa anataka nikuwe IT engineer. In fact, I told him,
karibu sana kwenye kipindi. Hii ni Bustani, niko naye Willis Raburu, I tell you, mtangazaji wa runinga.
Naam.
Nakwambia kila asubuhi. Nakwambia
na usiku. Ijumaa.
Wakati ile show lakini hata wewe imesurvive.
Imekaa. This will be the
10 over 10 actually. Really?
Yes, it has survived. It has survived.
Let me ask you,
and including Daktari Ezekiel. Asa nasumbua wasanii. Ezekiel.
Anyway, lakini pia anyway, masaa si watershed. Kwa hivyo you are allowed to do your thing.
No, masaa ni watershed.
Masaa ni watershed. Yes. So you are allowed to do.
And niko nashangazwa sana na watu, because I still find people who say kwenye comments pale ati hiyo show yako ya utoto. And or this show is confusing.
Watu sema unakuwa na utoto sana, by the way.
Utoto ni sawa. The Bible says let the little children come to me, and you have to have childlike faith to please the Lord. I'm just following the Bible.
Okay.
So sasa
but then how do you feel wakati ambapo mara nyingi unapata very harsh comments kwenye social media?
Kuna kwenye social media kuna unaweza kuwa na comments 10, then kuna moja tu automatically tuko wired to focus kwa hii moja negative. During the day you live and play it in your head, but I've just come to realize that we are going through tough times. It's not an excuse. Cyberbullying is still very wrong, body shaming is also very wrong, lakini kuna wale watu wenye wako extremely miserable now, and for one reason or another they are finding it hard to get out of that place. And then they see this guy who vile umesema anacheka saa zote, so people actually imagine I just go laugh and then I get paid. Man, I wish it was that way. Ningekuwa niko the who's who running the entire country. Ningekuwa deep state. Lakini what is true is that there is a lot of work that goes there, but watu wanaona jamaa anacheka tu. So sometimes I understand. Sometimes I use the beautiful feature inaitwa block. Ninawapiga block, ninawamute, nina restrict, and there are even advanced features I want to advise you people to use. You can actually even curate your page. Like on my page, ukienda pale kwenye there are words that if you mention your post utaona tu couldn't post, retry. It's Instagram gives you that. So
okay.
So you can change and be like that. So ni uchungu saa zingine, but most of the time I'm like, ujamaa.
You've been trolled before?
Before, I was trolled today.
Really? Hiyo umenipitia wapi?
No, nasema asubuhi kwa comments au kusangi, even with this hair.
Yeah.
First it was toa nywele. Sasa nasema no, sasa hiyo afro ni mingi sana. Toa hiyo nyoa ukue kama Chebukati. Mara sasa wanasema sasa
Chebukati hajanyoa.
Yeni.
Please not.
Yeah, so that's what they say though. Somebody actually told me that today. So you can't please everybody. So I normally just conclude evil. I can't please everybody. Whether I am the best, at my best or at my worst, watu wataongea.
Yeah. Kuna mtu anauliza, acha nisome kwa utaratibu na upole. Baraza Dennis anasema muulize weight yake alifanya nini ndio ikapungua hivyo.
Naam.
From also overweight na Will please anisaidie niweze kupunguza uzani wangu.
Uzani. Haya
weight.
Uzani is weight.
Yes.
Okay, ratili. All right, so so I think for me for 3 years now nimekuwa nikisumbuka sana with my weight. So naenda gym, narudi. Naweza enda gym miezi mitatu ama ni 3 months, and then I lose like 20 kgs. Then I take a break, like when my son was born, I take a break for 2 weeks and almost half of it comes back. Yes. However, I must say I also stress eat. Not that I was stressed that time, but I do stress eat.
A lot,
a lot, and I'm a sweet tooth.
Oh, la la la.
So scurry and wheat were my biggest problem. So chapati and chocolates.
Yeah.
Basically those two are really things that should be offered in heaven. Chapati na yani ukifika tu pale gates Mungu akwambia my good and faithful servant, pokea chocolate. Pokea. So to answer his question though, so because I had struggled for so long, I had so many trainers, and the other thing that people don't understand, ukibody share mtu ni kwamba mtu ana already mimi mwenyewe nikiamka asubuhi nikivaa na isitosha I have to change before I leave the house. I've looked at myself, and as much as watu wanakwambianga like what you see, sometimes you don't like what you see. So already somebody is dealing with that, then you go and body shame. Even for him it's brave to ask in such an open forum. So for me, I bit the bullet and I actually decided to do a gastric bypass surgery.
Really?
In May. Yes.
Ushaanza process?
Nishafanya kabisa mimi.
Oh, really?
I did it in May of this year. Nilienda pale Nairobi Bariatric nikaifanya, and full gastric bypass. So that means this is my 3rd month and I've lost 21 kg so far. Wow. Yep.
How is the procedure?
So the procedure ni sasa sijui nasaidia vipi, it's laparoscopic. Okay. Means they don't cut you open.
Okay.
So they make 5 small incisions. Then daktari anaingiza pale, then through that they basically cut your stomach in 2. So one is left for absorption, then you now have a new stomach, a new smaller stomach. And then now they connect the
uwezi kula ovyo ovyo.
Well, unaweza lakini it's just that
unaweza kupitisha kiwango.
Huwezi sasa pitisha kiwango.
How?
Because your stomach is smaller.
What if I just unajua ile vile mtu msema nimeshiba lakini mdomo inataka bado.
Sasa utatapika. Like you'll feel so much pressure, like it will be over, especially size in the initial stages. If you overeat, like for example, nilikuwa pale nikaenda pale kwenye a certain fried chicken company, manaka hamjalipa huku niwataje. A certain fried chicken company nikaenda pale, I used to eat like 6 But saizi one
lakini hata wewe Willis
achana na mimi bana. Nimeshakwambia hapa nilikuwa na stress hii tunataka kuniingilia.
Unasema ni appetite ndio iko juu.
Appetite iko juu.
Yeah.
So nakula 6 now, I eat like 1.5.
You're done.
I'm done. And then also certain foods over a period of time inakusumbua. But now your body
fried foods?
Yes, fried foods.
Okay.
Body sasa eventually starts getting used to it. But the first month haukuli any solid food. So everything, mimi na my son Mali tulikuwa nakula the same. Mamake akaenda kumtengenezea chajio anaiblend, hata mimi na blendiwa. Everything.
Puree?
Yes. In fact, even before puree, sasa it was kwanza it's totally blended, like ugali, skuma, you blend it, nyama, you blend kabisa. Then now after a month is when you start graduating pole sasa to, let's say, slightly mashed. Like now instead of blending the beans, you mash the beans.
Okay.
Minced meat is now okay because it's already minced. So it's taken some time, but I'm very happy with it. And I just for a short time, because not everybody can do that, it just needs to manage. Talk to no, everybody knows what their weakness is. Excuse me. You know that chapati, ugali, or sugar, and you can't do it cold turkey if you're not going for the bypass. So pole tu. Wacha sasa kama unakunywa 4 spoons, go to 2 spoons. Then eventually stop. If you take 5 loaves or 5 slices of bread, try 3. Mimi nilikuwa wrong. Hai, ucheza na mimi bana. Mimi mkati. Hai, nilikuwa napambana nayo. You know, like from
unajua umesema 5 loaves niko na hapo labda ndio ulikuwa.
No, siwezi 5 loaves, but I used to do at least half.
Okay.
Kwenye sitting.
Yeah.
So which is like 6, 7, 8 slices. Which is a lot now considering unapaka margarine on all of them. Na kuna mayai pale ndani. Na kuna bacon. Na kuna sausage. So and even after, one of the things that
you're truly what you eat, actually.
You are. You are. And even after that, what happens in this program also, you go through psychotherapy, because believe it or not, as deep as it might sound, it's true. Everybody has a relationship with food.
Of course.
Yes.
Alafu unajua food inakuanga very good company.
Yes.
You know?
Okay, Netflix and chill pale na uko kama mbiri hii baridi.
I know.
Una chill pale na.
So how small do you want to become?
Now,
so kama ngapi una currently una weigh?
Currently I'm 140 something. I started at 164. Now I'm in my 140s. That was as 2 weeks ago, so I'm sure I'm lighter now. My ideal weight, according to the BMI.
I know.
So according to the BMI, should be 95 to 98.
Okay.
And then also the reason why I like the surgery is now you lose weight gradually, which is a safe way. Even if you're just in the gym, you need to lose weight gradually.
Unaruhusiwa kwenda gym?
From next month, as end of September.
So you have to. Do you have to?
So it's different. Manake kuna wale after the surgery and you're losing weight, you won't have the flab.
Okay,
right? So some, their body is okay like that. But if you are, for you not to, you might have to. And when you start, unaanza to a very light exercise. Maybe ukikimbia tu, not lifting yet. And in the first 1 month, you can't lift anything more than 10 kgs, which was hard for me because my son at the time was around 10 kgs. So sikuwa naweza kuinua. But you can go to the gym now from the end of 3 months, but after again a consultation, and you don't push yourself. You don't also do like 1 hour etc.
So do you feel like uko na kitu foreign kwa body yako?
No. It's all healed now.
Okay.
Like they staple the new stomach uko ndani. Then they stitch up the intestine when they join it. And then after a while, the stitches disappear, just like any stitch you would have. The stitches disappear.
Yeah. So ukitaka kusema I'm done with smaller portions, do you go back?
It will be hard because you can't. That's the thing where it's a bit more permanent, because now you can't be done with smaller portions. That's your life. Huwezi sasa, unless sasa unakula very many small portions of unhealthy food like pizza every day and all this. But so long as you're just eating normal food, you will gradually reduce the weight, because now your intake, it's all about, even when you train, wanakwambia kuna ile kitu inaitwa caloric deficit. The least energy you're putting in, so that sasa now your body ina kwa reserves in a burn fat. That's what it's about. So that's what's happening right now. body yangu ilikuwa imezoea zile 8 slices and when I realizing dude 2 slices tumemaliza hata chai umalizi. It's just
umeshiba. But I was still enslaved a bit that you cannot be yourself.
It takes some getting used to because like sometimes when the food is just getting kwanza unya sisi
kula pieces tatu.
Sisi ni watu wa nyama choma unakula you that mbuzi must they must be a reason it sacrifice its life. Unakula hadi matumbo. Unakula hadi matumbo. So it's hard, you really have to unajipace sana. But because like sometimes tumeenda out tunakula then just when the food is starting to like unasikia and then you feel like it's you feel almost like a pressure like mtu amekuwekea mkono hivi kwa nini. And then you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's it. Then now you overdo, you puke. And then the thing you need to get used to also is, you know how we take maji na chakula, machai na chakula, soda na chakula. You have to kind of finish with the solid fast because now remember unatafuta nutrients. So maji, it can take the place of what would have been an extra piece of nyama. So you so you wait.
Maji sichukue nafasi ya nyama.
Tafadhali. It's no walking. No displacement too. So that's you take kidogo alafu unaendelea sasa.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do you regret doing the surgery because kidogo naona ni kama ina limit?
No, it
doesn't. Know, maisha yako.
You actually get used to it. Kama saizi niko used to it, but it was scary for me because that was the first time nilikuwa nimeenda like through a procedure that demanded nilale. Like I'm telling these people I'm going to trust you with my life. Nilale tu niwache hivi tu and then nafaa kuamka automatically.
So you go through what GA full kabisa?
Yes, full.
Okay.
Out completely for the.
For how long? How long is the procedure?
It takes 45 to 1 hour.
Okay.
5 minutes to 1 hour. Yeah.
Okay.
And so for me, and also 2 weeks before, they try to wanna introduce Polopolo sort of liquid diet 2 weeks before. Also because they need by the time surgery inafika already your organs pia
zimeanza kurudi
zimeshrink kidogo hivi so they can be accessed and they give you the CD by the way. You're CD of the procedure in case I want to see how my insides look.
So this is cosmetic surgery, I'm presuming.
That is why it's not covered by insurance. Most insurance don't cover it because they
ulipata na pesa ngapi?
850,000.
What?
Yes.
Kamulu tu hapa unapata title deed.
But think about it this way.
850,000, so you really had to save up.
Yes. Because you see, the thing is, think about it, an investment on yourself. Because that 850,000, if those of you who unfortunately have had somebody in hospital or maybe somebody's in hospital right now, you'll realize in 3 or 4 days in a facility, you can spend that money if you are unwell. If you're in HD or something. So if you save the money, spend it, and that's why again I insist insurance companies need to, some of them do, because if you go to hospital now your condition is when they see, then they realize, wait a minute, this is because of high blood pressure, and the high blood pressure because of your weight, etc. Then you can convince your insurance to take it. But they still consider it as cosmetic, which should be wrong, because if I do the surgery, I lose weight, I get healthier, then I spend less when you keep your premium.
I know, right?
So, yes sir. Hapo na mambo. Lakini haini limit. Nimefurahi sana. I'm telling you, even coat nimevaa leo. Hata trouser by the way. I stopped wearing some of these trousers. And if you notice, if people are keen on my dressing, it used to be mostly big stuff. And I always used to shop in a place where at least kuna kakoti kufunika the love handles.
Yeah.
So it's such a joy when now you start fitting into clothes and you walk, you feel like
other than how you looked, and other than people body shaming you, ulikuwa kuna issue yoyote nyingine?
Yes, I had high blood pressure and I had it was high blood and high cholesterol.
Okay.
And the high blood pressure, I didn't even know I did it. When I did the procedure, after is when I went through it was actually quite a moment, because I went through some, I wasn't breathing properly. Then when they checked my oxygen, I think it was 81. It's supposed to be 95. So they put me on all the stuff, and Then now when they started doing investigations, actually the doctor asked me what was happening 2 years ago. I'm like, why? Because tumefanya ECG of your heart, and what we are seeing is like you've had this thing pressure for a moment. I'm like, yo man, 2020 was an intense year for me.
Yeah.
And you see, you don't know. They say high blood pressure is the silent killer.
Yeah.
So they're like, at your weight, you are at 164. At your weight, if you would have gone on just a bit more and you maybe get some stressors or etc., I don't think you would have made it. So it was scary to come to that realization. So it's something that although there's a time again I was treated for high blood pressure, but either way you monitor it for a week and then it kind of evens out. So we're like, all right, let's go. But this one, it was high. It was there's a time it was 140, 160, and it was now becoming dangerous for me. So yeah, for the body shaming, it was getting to me, but not so much. And that's why I think that when you want to make a decision whether you're going for surgery, whether you're going for the gym, yes, it feels bad to be body shamed, but this decision has to be from you. I want to make this change. Otherwise, you'll be 3 days in the gym and that's it. Or you won't have the discipline.
Consistency, si rahisi, by the way.
Yeah. Utaona hapa, hii ni kuku hii. Inaniita jina langu, inanielewa. Kuku, nakupenda nakutaka, njoo.
Beno Rengi anasema Masawe napenda hiyo energy ya Willis. Kwanza hapo kwa 10/10. We have one thing in common though. Sote tuna support timu kubwa Manchester United.
Yes. We dwarfed.
Mulitandika Arsenal nasikia.
Yeah. We made sure ya kwamba Arsenal ni, what do you call those small things? I learned this word just for this show. Kitongoji ndogo. What's that?
Kitongoji duni.
Hey, what's that? Kitongoji duni.
Slum.
Yes, Arsenal is now kitongoji duni. Even in your Arsenal, you just keep your slamish behavior there. Kitongoji.
Hata uwezi heshimu timu ya baba.
Let me tell you, there comes a time when a man should stand for themselves.
Big up Willis. I also want to be on TV, but I'm 42. Is it too late? Anaitwa Geoffrey Nyachuma.
I wouldn't say it's too late. Jeff is 54. He's on TV, isn't he? So every Maina Kageni celebrated 50 the other day, right? So it's not too late to be on TV or radio. It's not too late to do anything really. So long as you just prove that if you have the talent and you work hard at it, you can. You can. It's not easy though, no matter the age, to be on TV. It's quite. It's intense.
Please ambia Raburu kuwa lazima kuwe na haters ndio akuwe famous, na umwambie nahitaji usaidizi please. Ametoa namba yake. So maybe atachukua baadaye na kupigia simu. Okay, maneno yako mwisho Willis, tukimalizia tu sasa hivi ungeweza kusema nini? You know, career wise, family wise, kipindi hiki unaweza kutoa wasia gani kwa mtu ambaye anakusikiliza na anakufuatilia kwa karibu?
All right, I'd like to say that first of all, kwa hii maisha, one of the things that I pride myself in doing when I was going through all the things that I was going through, and I was helped to come to this realization by my friend at the time, Ivy, is that nobody should put you in a box. In fact, that time I changed all my social media bio, nikaweka undefined, which is a book I'll one day write, because it looks like a bad thing. Oh, undefined, you know, huna chochote, but it just means really that your life is like just a canvas. So wewe mwenyewe umepewa the paintbrush, whether it's hard work, whether it's money, whatever it is that you need to make that canvas a masterpiece, wewe mwenyewe ndo unajifanyia. So let nobody ever tell you can't be anything, including the guy who's 42 wants to be on TV. If he works hard at it and he really wants it, you'll be it. Number 2, take your mental health extremely seriously. If you're going through something, talk about it. You may not be able to afford therapy, talk to somebody who's close. And even if you've opened up to people before and they've let you down, not everybody is like that. Find that one person who you can talk to about whatever it is you're going through. I do recommend therapy. I do recommend the new government makes measures to make therapy more affordable. There are some free services offered, I think at Kenyatta and somewhere else, but try to talk to somebody about whatever it is you're going through. And for men, it is okay to show emotion, to feel pain, to talk about the pain, to talk about the grief. I saw somebody being bashed the other day because he said he's going through something online. And people are like, no, man up, culturally a man should not do this. But make your own life, talk about your issues, and put God first as well, and success will become inevitable. And for the haters,
kuna ujumbe.
Sina ujumbe, I'm just saying.
Sina maoni.
Sina maoni. But for the haters, it is when you say haters, it looks cool because it's a group. But imagine in that comment section, you are the only individual. Willis will go on with his life, Masa will go on with her life. But yes, you're a group of people saying one thing, but you are individuals with different lives. One could be tweeting from a mansion, another from Kilichochangia. But at the end of the day, you are tagged as haters. So look for something that will make you stand out, and let that not be being a hater. Stand out, be yourself. And I like to finish by saying, ya kwamba, 1 Corinthians 15:10, but by the grace of God, I am who I am. It would be a lie to sit here and say, Willis, I have the answers, I just stumbled on this thing. It's purely my hard work. I'm self-made. Some of that might be true, but God has played a major role in my life.
Yeah.
And I am grateful, and I'm grateful to my fiance.
Harusi ni lini?
Harusi itakuja. But
mtoto tunajua ni mwezi.
Wacha sometime this month. Hiyo nani nimewapatia. We did not discuss, but nimewapatia hiyo.
Akana boy?
Sasa mtangoja.
Okay. Sawa. Lakini tayari mnajua?
Sisi tunajua sisi. Okay. Sisi tunajua, we are working hard.
Tunataka kufollow tuone kama utakuwa unatupa blue ama pink.
Wapi kwenye ninilo?
Yeah.
Kwenye online.
Before.
Oh, Anita, no. The day it happens, I will. Well, not the day. Sometime after it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about that, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to her for accepting me with my flaws and allowing me to continue to be myself. And it is such.
What are you doing different ukilinganisha na ndoa yako ya kwanza?
I think because of everything I've been through in terms of therapy and the things I know now, I am more in touch with feelings, emotions, who I am, what I want for myself as an individual, and what I want for my family.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that I don't have my flaws. Like I've said, everybody has, but they will be. This is my character. Well, if it is, it's again something that needs to be worked on. But we just know that he is something that we can work on, and so I'm happy. And I can't wait. Okay. I can't wait.
All the best.
Asante sana. Shukran sana kwa kuniita. Nimeshukuru sana.
Asante sana kwa kubali mwaliko.
Naam.
Yeah.
Naam. Kiswahili kitukuzwe. Mandatezi na omo. Marejeo ni jingamani. Na tufanane kwa shilingi kwa ya pili. Na maskini akipata. Wacha niwakie hapa.
You're very cheeky, Willis. Stand by katika habari zetu saa 6 hafla kwa pisha.